fixtures are always usually pretty good, and we did pretty well. Well, I did pretty well this week. I got my highest points total ever in 100 points, which I'm actually incredibly pleased with. Average points was 59, highest was 145, which is quite crazy actually. But 100 points, that is the highest I've ever got. I think the highest I got before was 92 before that. So yeah, super pleased with that. So how did we do it then? Well, Lloris in goal, clean sheet. Alderweireld, clean sheet. Wan-Bissaka, clean sheet. Laporte, he came in for Trippier, who didn't play. If Trippier had played, kind of could have been higher, but anyway, just glad I got the 1 point to make it to 100. Van Dijk, clean sheet. Anderson, 2 goals. Shaqiri, a goal. Richarlison, I think, was an assist. No, it was a goal. Pogba, 2 goals, and captain, plus clean sheet, I think. Lacazette, assist. Aubameyang, goal. Pretty darn good, right? Obviously, there's always an element of luck that goes into any week, isn't there? Obviously. But I did look at the fixture this week and go, oh, you know what? I could have an alright week if things go to plan. I actually purposely dropped Mahrez and put in Pogba and captained him because I was worried about Man City. I think everyone expected them to bounce back. We'll go through that in a minute. But I did also think after last week with Pogba, I think he got 2 assists, was it last week? 3 assists, sorry, in the Cardiff game. I was like, yeah, you know what, this guy, he's starting to build up and show a little bit of that talent that he actually has. You know, and I think Pogba reminds me a little bit of someone like Balotelli in a way, where when he's on it, he's really on it and he's really good. But when he's off it, he's just nowhere. And I feel like, I don't want to make this whole thing about Paul Pogba, but I feel like if you want to be a truly great player, then you have to get over that that attitude problem of, you know, not turning up if things aren't going your way, and only turning up when everything's a bit rosier, you know. Because undoubtedly he has a lot of talent, but he just doesn't have the attitude to go with it, unfortunately. But when things are rosy, I guess put him in your fantasy football team. No bench boost, triple captain, or any of that stuff on there. So yeah, as I see, Trippier out, Laporte in. Whew, in terms of the cup, that had me with the highest points total this week. A lot of very good points totals this week. 93, 90, 90. No one got over 100 though, did they? No, that's right. I am the greatest of all time. Or at least of this, I am the luckiest of this week, shall we say. Next highest was Vergaard. Let me guess. I didn't have Pogba, Salah captain, Anderson, Digny. That was a crazy one with Digny here, or Digne, I don't know how you pronounce it. Because he got 2 goals, didn't he, as a defender, and that's really special. It doesn't happen very often. Oh, that Wan-Bissaka on the bench, that's what you get for not trusting Crystal Palace. I actually find that a bit of a puzzle because, in all honesty, I would have bet on Crystal Palace keeping a clean sheet at home to Cardiff. But, yeah, you know, at the end of the day, he's got like 150 points more than me, so what the hell do I know? To be fair, I think maybe with the Wolves against Fulham, you might go for a Wolves win. Yeah, I can see that. So yeah, very happy. I think overall for the week, my ranking for the week was 21,000. That's the highest I've ever had. I'm really proud of that. I'm sure, you know, a lot of you guys have probably got over 100 points before, but that's the first time that's ever happened to me. So it was really funny because obviously the West Ham game was just after, and I was at a really good point. No, what was it? So the first game where I actually started doing well, I think I didn't have, that was the day kick off for the Wolves, then the Man United game, and then I think Pogba scored first or something, and I was like, oh, okay, and then like Shaqiri scored, and I was like, oh, right, okay, and then Richarlison scored. And I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. I was like, that's pretty good. Then we got all the clean sheets as well. I was like, oh, that's good. And Pogba obviously scored twice, and I was like, God damn it, could be a good week. And then the Arsenal game was later in the afternoon/evening, and I thought I was going to do a lot better because I thought Arsenal were going to go on. We'll talk about that though. But I guess I've got to be happy with what I got there. And then obviously yesterday I was like, oh, if Anderson scores like 2 goals, I could potentially get like 100 points. And then he just popped up, scored 2 goals. I thought, wow, pretty darn good. Happy with that. So yeah, Fulham, Wolves, pretty scrappy game by all accounts. Scrappy goal from Fulham, scrappy goal from Wolves a bit later on. That will hurt Fulham because, you know, they wouldn't have got out of the relegation zone, but at least they would have gone above Burnley, and they got to start picking up some points. Wolves, I think, I kind of said before, they're in the position. I think they're pretty much going to finish in this season, and they should be very proud if they do finish around there. Certainly not a very good season for them, definitely. If they finish there, not a bad season at all. Fulham got Huddersfield next. That will be an interesting one. I can't see Fulham or Huddersfield staying up. Fulham, sorry, I'm yawning, I just woke up, even though it's like 11, because I was playing Football Manager till like 4 in the morning, but anyway, Fulham, I can't see staying up unless they really buy well in January, like some defenders. I think they've got attackers, but they need defenders. Ranieri has made them tighter at the back, but that's at a cost of the kind of attacking side of it. So, like, they just need some better attackers. You know, you can see the difference just one defender can have, like a Virgil van Dijk. I'm not saying Fulham are going to be able to buy a defender that good, but they don't have Premier League defenders at the minute. So, yeah, we'll see on there. Everton 5, Burnley 1. I mean, that's a right tonking. Sean Dyche was like going mad afterwards about all sorts of stuff, and I can't see him lasting that long, to be completely honest. Well, don't get me wrong, I don't think Burnley will sack him, like, even if they go down, but I would imagine he probably might leave if they did go down. I mean, I think they might scrape it, and it'd be interesting if they did scrape it. Like, what happens next season? Does Sean Dyche walk away at that point, or does he, you know, carry on? I don't know, because he's doing a bit of a Mark Hughes at the minute, where everything's the referee's fault, you know. And you know, you can come out and go in your press conferences and be like, or every week I see him be like, oh yeah, well, you know, we weren't good enough, but blah blah blah, referee this, blah 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 blah, diving, blah 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 blah, and you're like, it gets a little bit like you have to take some responsibility. Like, you don't get beat 5-1 just because the referee, you know, went against you. You get beat 5-1 because you were clearly completely off it. Everton, again, that weird side where every time they come up against a decent team, they get smashed, and then they just beat the teams around them. I think it's a kind of a 4-way battle for 7th. I think. I don't know if Wolves and Bournemouth are going to have enough to keep up there, but 7, 8, 9 and 10. So Leicester, Everton, West Ham, Watford, I think are all capable of finishing like 7th, possibly. I don't think they're going to catch 6th, but you never know. Still a lot of games to play. But also these 4 teams are just they're just so inconsistent each week. Like, one week they'll win, the next week they'll lose badly. Like, they're wildly inconsistent, and that is what I guess makes the difference between them and, well, these a bit more than them. But yeah, that's the difference, you know. You can see Leicester lost to, lost to Crystal Palace, beat Chelsea, beat Man City. Like, I can't understand either. But there you go. Speaking of Crystal Palace, 0-0 Cardiff, we were like banging on the door constantly. They were defending with like a 7-man defence. I'm not going to take anything away away from Cardiff. They battled to a point. I'm sure they'll be delighted with it. I'm not very happy with the point, but at the end of the day, we're 7 points away from the relegation zone. I'm happy to be coming out of Christmas like that. If we can get anything against Chelsea, I'll be delighted with that. You know, a draw would be a really, really good result against Chelsea, and hopefully then we can build on and have a strong second half of the season. We need a striker though. That's got to be the priority. We've been linked with a load of different strikers. They're all, I don't know. I see we've been linked with like Michy Batshuayi and players like that, and I'm like, yeah, you know, that would probably be a pretty good one. But I also feel like we've kind of been burnt with, like, every time we seem to buy a striker, they just seem to be utter crap. I don't know what it is. They can look really good elsewhere. As soon as we buy them, they just turn to crap. So I don't know. We haven't had like a really prolific striker, I guess, since, but arguably Benteke's first season. He was pretty good, but certainly Andy Johnson. I think we need someone more in that mould. Like, I don't think the big man up front worked for us that well, and I don't think that's what will work for us. I think we do need a Nippier, another guy we've been linked with, Solanke from Liverpool, who I think would actually be really good for us. On loan, these are not to buy, I don't believe anyway. Possibly, maybe something with an option at the end of the season, I don't know, but we need a striker. If we get a striker, I'm confident Crystal Palace will stay up. But if we don't, it could be a long, hard winter and spring. As for Cardiff, can they stay up? I mean, I genuinely really hope Cardiff do stay up, because in my opinion they have the worst squad in the league, and at the minute their hard work and endeavour is you know, keeping them up there and keeping them in with a shout. They're 3 points off the relegation zone at the minute. You know, if they can get something against Leicester, you know, one of these two teams is going to drop points. Absolutely, you know. Burnley against West Ham, that's a tough one. West Ham are really kicking into form now, other than that Watford loss. You know, if Cardiff can put an upset off against Leicester, or even just get a draw, you never know. But again, they're a side who need to sign a few players, whether or not it's on loan or something, in January, just to kind of bolster those ranks, because I think they've got a really, like, obviously they've got a really tight squad, and you can see that there's, you know, they work really hard and there's dedication, that kind of classic Warnock thing, but they just lack a little bit of quality, you know, to really make a difference. And I mean, I think if you're playing with like a 7-man defence against Crystal Palace and you're conceding about 60% to 70% possession, I don't know what the actual stats were. Let's have a look. It was pretty bad though, I think. 62% possession to Crystal Palace. We had 31 shots, they're 9. I think you should be a little bit worried. Admittedly, shots on target were not bad, and we were fucking terrible. That's why we need a striker. 31 shots, 5 on target. That woeful. That's the sort of thing. If you played it in Football Manager, you'd be like, "Oh, the game's bugged." You know, my players, their shooting's fine. This game, it's bugged. It's, yeah, but it actually does happen in real life. Probably shock of the day, or the definite shock of the day. Really, the only actual probably shock I'd say from the other results. Man City getting beaten again. Cracking goal from Pereira, by the way. If you haven't checked it out, do so. What to say about Man City? That's 2 games lost in a row. 3 of the 4 over the kind of, or I guess 3 of 5 in December. Southampton next. I guess you wouldn't bet anything against them, but you know, they're now in 3rd. And if you'd have said to me that Spurs will be coming out after Boxing Day ahead of Man City in the league, I would not have believed you. This is a Spurs side who didn't sign a single player in the summer, who don't even play at their own stadium yet because they've ballsed it up, and they're 2nd in the league. Admittedly, they're 6 points behind Liverpool, okay, but they're ahead of the richest side in the world, who spent millions and millions in the summer with the best coach in the world, difference, I would argue, is I know Man City have had a lot of injuries to players, and they've had players coming back. I would say that early on at the beginning of the season, Spurs did struggle a little bit because they had a lot of players at the World Cup, especially English players. And I would say that I think Spurs might fall off in the second half of the season towards the end because those players didn't have a long enough break, a good break. I'm not saying Man City players, Sterling obviously was an England player, and Stones and Delph, but I think they also Man City can manage their rotation better. They have better depth than Tottenham, so I don't think it's going to stay like that at the end of the season. But that's a really good result, and if you're talking about title races, you have to argue that Tottenham are in with a shout if they can stay injury free, and maybe if they can pick up a player in January, even if it's like they got like Lucas Moura last season in January. He's come good this season, so January doesn't often. But if they can get somebody, just to freshen up, because they're going to lose Son at the Asia Cup, which is a big blow because he's playing very well at the minute. So I don't see Tottenham continue there, but what is going on at Man City? You could argue the Chelsea loss, unlucky in a way. Chelsea did play well, but Man City did dominate a little bit. But I feel like in the Palace and Leicester games, City just looked out of sorts. I don't know why that is. At the end of the day, all these teams have got to play a lot of games close together. So there's no argument there. I don't think that they've just, I think, struggled. I mean, to say they struggle with injury is, if you can still put out a lineup at the end of the day, that's Edison, Danilo, Stones, Laporte, Delph, Gundogan, De Bruyne, Silva, Sterling, Aguero, Sane, and have Walker, Otamendi, Silva, Mahrez, Zinchenko, Foden on your bench. I don't think you can argue about injuries, can you? Can you really? If you could put out that squad, there's no injuries really, is there? What? I mean, it's nonsense. I'm calling myself out there for that nonsense, because that is really, isn't it? So, I mean, yeah, if you'd have said, if you'd have looked at the fixtures and gone, oh, Man City have got Crystal Palace, Leicester, then Southampton, there's no way on earth you would have thought they would drop any points there. And Liverpool are just pounding onwards, aren't they, really? Only 7 goals conceded. They're looking pretty formidable. It's interesting, I think about this point last season, Man City were 11 points clear. I think that backs up what I was saying last week, that I just think a lot of their opposition last year were not good, and they were very, very good, and this year they haven't been quite as good as they were last season, but their opposition has become a lot better. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, look at Chelsea, are just 4 points behind. Arsenal 6. That's Man City are closer to 5th than they are to 1st. Crazy times. Fair play to Leicester though. As I said, Leicester, another one of those teams that are very, you can see lost 2, 1, 2, up and down. No consistency. But listen, even though I know Leicester won the title a couple of seasons, 3 seasons ago, but if you'd have said to any Leicester fans, probably 4 or 5 years ago, you're going to be a top half Premier League side, I don't think any of them would have believed you, regardless of them winning the league. Obviously, they wouldn't have believed you then, but if you'd have said, yeah, by the way, in 2018, you're going to come out of Boxing Day, you're going to be 7th in the Premier League, and you can have earned 7th in the Premier League, and you can have a good squad of players, I think people would have been like, how? How? So, yeah, it has been a remarkable rise, I think, and a lot of that obviously goes down onto the owners there. Liverpool smashing Newcastle 4-0. Lovren, Salah, Fabinho, Shaqiri, Salah dived. I mean, listen guys, even if you're a devout Liverpool fan, you can't argue that that wasn't a dive. What slightly annoys me is that if that was Wilfried Zaha, that would have been all over the press. But then again, Wilfried Zaha doesn't go down for challenges like that. It was a slight touch, I think, on his arm, and Salah just went down. And I'm not arguing that defenders can't pull back attackers or anything like that. What I'm saying is that there's no way that what happened to him would cause him to go down the way he did. So he dived to go down. You can get fouled and dive. There is a thing there that does correlate. You can also not get fouled and dive, and it was dive. Benitez not very happy about that. I mean, Liverpool are phenomenal, and they probably would have won the game anyway. Let's face it, but it's not that good to see. Arsenal next for them. You don't fancy Arsenal in that one at all, to be honest. I fancy Liverpool to continue to win that, especially at home. They're all on tomorrow. God, the fixtures are thick and fast, aren't they, in a minute? Yeah, but Liverpool just looking imperious at the minute. I think at the minute, like, only some injuries to like Van Dijk and Salah and players like that would slow them down. That would be interesting if that did happen. Especially Van Dijk. If they keep him fit for the season, I think they can win the league. We'll see anyway. They're still unbeaten. Let's not forget, this is a phenomenal achievement to go in nearly 20 games into the season and you're unbeaten. Well, 19 games to be fair. You can't really say 20, can you? Because Arsenal could beat them, but that's pretty phenomenal. Only 3 drawn and 16 games won out of 17. You've only conceded 7 goals and you've scored 43, which is the second highest in the league. So it's not even like, oh, they're just 1-0 winners and stuff like that. They're scoring goals. They're just not conceding. They are at the minute nearly perfect. Whether or not they can continue that in the second half, we've seen bigger collapses, so nothing's over yet. But certainly, when you look at that squad and the way they're playing and the players they have, you would not bet against them winning the league, would you? At all? They've got to be favourites right now. Man United beating Huddersfield really comfortably. Late goal from Huddersfield, flattering them perhaps a little bit. Pogba, just as I said, turning up in these games, needs to turn up on a consistent basis, shall we say, to be considered worthy of his hype, I would say. But yeah, no real surprise there, I don't think. Man United have got some very easy fixtures. The next 2 games, they've got Bournemouth and Newcastle. Okay, I don't sound offensive to either of those sides. Not really easy, but winnable. Games you would expect Man United to win. They have better squads than both those teams. I don't think anyone's going to argue there. After the Newcastle game, Spurs. That's the first, I think, real test. Like, if they can win these 4 games, that Spurs one is the one I would look at to see how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer lines up in that game before I make any judgment, because I feel like, and I don't want to sound disparaging to Solskjaer, like, manager's job's not easy, but I do feel like pretty much any other manager in the Premier League or even the Championship could have gone into Man United and lifted that mood and got those players playing better than what they were. Like, I don't think that was the challenge. The challenge going forward is sustaining that, and then also, because people are like, oh yeah, he's brought back the Man United way, the attacking way and stuff like that. Well, let's see what happens if you play in a really attacking cavalier style against Spurs. Because, that probably won't work. We'll see anyway. Spurs absolutely tonking Bournemouth 5-0. Son imperious as usual. And Spurs just absolutely smashing it right now. That's 11 goals in 2 games. 6-2, 5-0. Those games just 3 days apart, so they are enjoying their Christmas. 5 wins in a row there on the last 5. Wolves next. You wouldn't bet against them beating Wolves, I don't think. As I said, I worry about a lot of things. Spurs, people seem to think they're going to get this boost when they go into the new stadium. Every single team I've seen go into a new stadium never gets a boost. They always struggle to begin with. I'm thinking of teams like Sunderland, Derby, just from my memory. Arsenal, obviously. Trying to think who else. Just a lot of teams I've seen going to new stadiums have struggled to begin with, at least for like a little while, and that could knock them off a little bit. Just because I guess it's like a familiar thing, you know, like playing at home is an advantage, not just because you have your own fans, but because you're familiar with everything, you're more comfortable, you know, and that edge helps you out. You know, if you're travelling, you know, across the other side of the country to go somewhere, your dressing rooms you're not familiar with, layouts and areas you're not familiar with, you know, pitches you're not familiar with, that, you know, will, and then add on the crowd and everything to that's a disadvantage, right? But switching over to a new stadium midway through the season, or maybe later than that in Spurs' case, who knows, like it's you have to readjust to that. So I don't see how it's going to be a boost. I know people are like, oh well, they're going to get like 70,000. Well, how many did they get at Wembley? Let's have a look. Where are we? Hello? Hello, Spurs. Where are we? Oh, there. Okay, I wonder if this will tell me what the attendance was. Attendance 45,000. So they still have 45,000 people there. I know for the first few home games they can have more than that probably there, but it's not like they're playing in front of 10,000, they're going to 50,000, they're playing in front of a big home crowd, you know. It's not bad, so I personally don't think there's going to be a bigger bounce. I could be wrong, but we'll see. I think that's going to knock their season off. Bournemouth are just Bournemouth, aren't they? It's very up and down. They're not going to get relegated, I don't think. But I don't think they're going to challenge for Europe anymore. They're going to be mid-table, I think. Still a good finish for them if they do finish mid-table. They're, you know, not the richest side in the league, and play good football. So you know, it's tough. Arsenal. This is a weird game, wasn't it? Because the first 20 minutes you were thinking Arsenal are going to go on and smash Brighton. Like, it scored, they looked really confident, and then Brighton got a goal back, like, what was it, 10 minutes or so before half time, I believe, and then Arsenal just completely fell apart, like, in the second half. I didn't quite understand some of Unai Emery's substitutions. He brought off Ozil, who, I mean, say what you want about him, but if you want a goal, that guy usually is a good player to keep on the pitch, and Lacazette as well, which is crazy. Substitute Lacazette. Yeah, 61 minutes. Substitute him. I mean, I think that partnership up front, Aubameyang and Lacazette, is really good. I mean, it's you'd argue it's a poor result. I wouldn't say it's been a particularly great kind of December for Spurs. They got Liverpool next. For Arsenal. Sorry, Arsenal fans. For Arsenal, you know, 1-0 win against Huddersfield, 3-1 against Burnley. It's not the greatest results. You lost to Southampton, drew with Man United when they were kind of on their knees a bit, and drew with Brighton, who are very, you know, lost 3 games on the trot, and didn't have a lot of confidence. So I don't think Arsenal are back, as it were. I think they will probably finish. I think they might struggle to finish 5th if Man United do kick on. If not, I think 5th, and then I think that will be the top 4. Some combination of that. But it does depend on Chelsea as well, because Chelsea have been a bit, but they had a great result against Watford here. Hazard scoring 2. Chelsea kind of in need of a striker as well, aren't they? Because apparently Giroud, Morata, Batshuayi, not good enough. No, not for Sarri. No, let's put Hazard up front. I understand tactically those players don't fit, but also I just find that funny. I find it hilarious when I look at Crystal Palace. I'm like, we're trying to play with bloody Connor Wickham, who's had like a, you know, he's been out for like a season and a half. Jordan Ayew, and at Chelsea are like, yeah, we got 3 really good strikers, but no, they don't fit. So we're just gonna play Eden Hazard at a false 9 up front. Okay, cool. Could we borrow some of your strikers, please, Chelsea? Like all 3 of them would be nice. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I feel like people at big clubs often need to get some perspective. Sometimes it's like clearly Giroud, Morata, Batshuayi, and I know Batshuayi's out on loan or whatever, wherever the hell he is, I don't know. But clearly they're not bad players, are they? Like, they're not bad players in any way, shape or form. Like, they are, top players in the world. And I can just imagine Chelsea fans like bemoaning it, like, oh god, we don't have it. Oh, strikers are so rubbish, we don't have any. It's like, guys, take a look at the Crystal Palace team sheet. Most games we don't even play with a bloody striker. We didn't play with one against Man City, we beat them. Did we even play with one against I can't even remember if I don't think we did we? No, we didn't. We didn't even play with a striker against Cardiff. We had Wickham who came on. Yeah. So, like, be careful, what you say. At the end of the day, you beat Watford. That's a good result. Watford a good side. And then I guess the new manager bounce. I thought Southampton were going to win this. They scored first, but Felipe Anderson has really come on. This kind of like last. I think I said this last time. Like, since that Burnley game, little bit of confidence pushed him on. And now what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goals since then. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. 7 goals, 9 games, 2 assists. Pretty special, that is. That is some great form. People are saying he's the best player outside the top 6. I would argue that one of the reasons why he was sold and he only went to West Ham, with no offence to West Ham, was because of his inconsistency. If West Ham can get that into him, that consistency, then yes, but consistency has been his downfall. When he turns up, he's clearly incredibly talented, but there are a lot of games where he goes missing, or at least, there was when he played back at Lazio, was it? I think. Was he Lazio? I think it was Lazio. I think so, yeah. But clearly, massively talented, and if he does carry on that form, then West Ham will struggle to keep hold of him. So looking forward into next week's games, or I say next week's games, tomorrow's games, next game week's games. Brighton Everton, meh. Fulham Huddersfield, interesting because obviously that's a big game for both those teams. Leicester Cardiff, that's a bit meh. Spurs Wolves, expect a Spurs win, but you never know. Watford Newcastle, I'd expect Watford to beat Newcastle there. Liverpool Arsenal, that's a big game, huge game there. That'll be very interesting to watch. I've actually got Saturday off, so I will be camped in front of my TV watching that one for certain. Crystal Palace Chelsea, I think we're going to lose to Chelsea personally. Probably 1 or 2-0 because we just won't be able to score. Burnley West Ham, I can see West Ham win there. Man City Southampton, you can't argue for Man City to win that, but they obviously have had some hiccups. And Man United Bournemouth, you'd think Man United would win, but that's the toughest game he's had so far, Solskjaer, so we'll see. We will see. Bournemouth are a difficult side to play. And then, blimey, we're going to have some fixtures coming. Man City Liverpool 3rd of January. I'm actually going to book that day off work, I think, to watch that game, because that's going to be a cracker, I'm sure of it. It'll probably be 0-0. But yeah, so thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Hope you had a great week too. I think there were some pretty good weeks, to be fair. 100 is up. So thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.